Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Filix Toys Ink Blot. Now as you can see, the figure comes in a very small little box with a really cool image of not Rorschach. And if we turn the box around, we can see a bunch of write-ups from Filix Toys. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Filix Toys Ink Blot. Hashtag not Rorschach, hashtag not the Watchmen, but you guys know what I'm saying. Filix Toys is a third-party company, so this is not a licensed product. This is, again, third party, so that can, change the quality and things like that. And I'm not saying this is bad by any means, but again, this is a third party, so just so you guys know that. And it is obviously based on the actual movie version of Rorschach. I'm just going to call him Rorschach. I'm going to try and avoid Ink Blot as much as I can, because it just sounds weird to me, but I get what they're doing. So you can see the head sculpt looks really good. I love that. It's not perfect to the actor, but I still think that looks really, really solid. The hair looks great. I love the little dry brushing on there to lighten up the tips of the hair. You got a little bit of like bruising and scarring, a little bloody like that. The 5 o'clock shadow looks really good. And yeah, the more I look at this, the more that actually does look really good. I'm actually really liking that quite a bit. The eyes look really nice, so I love that. You gotta see he's got a little scarf or ascot, whatever that thing is. The scarf looks really nice too. I love the buttons on there. You got a sash coming down with an actual little buckle, and you got some really nice soft good pants looking really good. The shoes look really nice too. You got some tread on the feet, and even a little dirtied, so which I do like that a lot. And you can see his gloves right there looking really nice too. So I do like the fact that the belt or sash that's holding this on together is actually a bendy wire, so you can actually pose that around. So what you can do, you can actually kind of just unravel this a little bit. And if you want to, you can actually open up the coat here just on a little Velcro strip, and you can open it up and see the little shirt that he's wearing along with his like scarf under there. And you can kind of see the body that they used underneath is almost pinkish, so that's a little weird, but I'm never going to pose him with the open jacket like that. And you kind of just take the wire here, the sash, and kind of just wrap it around and pose it around however you want and however you need, to the point where you like it. And there you go. So that looks really cool. This is a great looking figure, man. So I'm really, really happy with what Filix Toys has done here. So now let's talk accessories. So we do get interchangeable heads. The head does come out via peg down at the base of the neck, which I kind of do like. But I will show you here. And I'll say that for articulation segment. So I'm gonna take this off right here. And then we do get multiple options for the head. We do get, of course, his masked head like that, which looks really cool. I love the way that looks. Again, the mask in the movie obviously changes the Rorschach look and all that's constantly changing and making different types of features. So it looks really cool. But the thing is, they gave us 3 versions of that. And so instead of doing the actual face-changing feature, you just get interchangeable heads with 3 different ink blots, which I think is super cool. I love this. So you have your options of what you want to do. Me personally, I like that one because that just looks scary, but all of these are great too. So it's really cool, man. I really love how they did this. What's also really nice is the texture on the actual material itself. So it looks like it's an actual mask made of some type of fabric. So that looks really cool too. So yeah, man, I think they did a great job of that. That's actually a lot of fun. So we also do get interchangeable hands. You got a trigger finger hand, you got gripping hands, you got more like loose open palm hands, And then we also, of course, do get fisted hands. They're the ones that come packaged in the box like so. We can also complete his look with his fedora, which is really nice. I love that look. You got the more burgundy type of band going around the hat. The hat looks really good, and it does hold onto the head really good. I'm really happy about that. Sometimes these hats could be a little too loose and just fall off no matter what, but that's staying on there very nicely, so I do like that. And you can note that the fedora does not fit on the unmasked head. You know, the hair is a little too poofy for that to go on, so if you wanted to try and do that, it just does not work, but that looks great. So next up, we also do get his little grapple gun, which looks really cool too. I love the sculpt of this thing. This thing looks really, really nice. Got the nice painted handle, the little compressor canister back there, even the trigger's painted. So I really do like this. You do have to attach the little gold piece right here, which is going to peg onto there like that. And you do get a little bendy wire that sticks out of it like so. And it does come with an actual grapple hook. And it's a little tricky because the hole on the actual grapple hook itself is very tiny, so you just gotta try your best to match it up there, because, and man, I have big fat fingers, so this is really tricky for me. So that's really cool, man. I love how that looks. We also do get a long version of the wire too, so if you want to have him shooting like it at a longer distance, you do have that. So I love this so much, and it does hold into the trigger finger hand pretty easily. I do love the material that the hands are made of, so that works out really good. So if you want to do something like that, I think that works out really, really nicely. So there you go. We also do get one. This is probably some of my favorite accessories. Oh, actually, we also do get this. So I'm going to take this off like there. I almost forgot about this. And then you can have a version of that with a hook, or the grapple hook actually just, you know, collapsed into the actual barrel there. So if you want to have it just like that, you can do that as well. Now, some of my favorite accessories, we do have a little spray can, which I think looks really cool. Get my little hairspray right there. I love that a lot. And then we do get the lighter with the flame, so it looks like he's spraying the hairspray with his lighter and shooting like a fire out. I think that's really cool. And you do have proper hands to hold these, which I think is really cool. So I do like that. But what I will show you, I've seen a lot of people try and use this open palm hand to get the can in there. That just does not work. So what you do have to do, I've noticed, you have to more or less get that gripping hand, and it looks tight, but they are fairly gummy. So your best bet is going to just open up that hand like so, and then use the fingers to hold on to the can better like that. So that's just something that you want to be careful of too, because that will warp the hands a little bit. But again, they are a softer material, so they do flex, so that's still really, really good. He also, of course, does come with a little rose here, so I love that. You do have a hand that can specifically hold that. If I can figure out which hand that is, oh, I think it's the one I already have in his hand here. And you can kind of see how the hand is like pinching like that. You can take the rose and put it between the fingers right there, so you get a nice good grip on it like that as well. Same thing with things like the little button here. Now I'm going to try and hold this, but again, my fingers are just so freaking huge. But you get the little happy face button, which I think is great, and it looks good. Even has a little blood on there, which I think is awesome. You can actually flip it around, and you can see it has the backing, so I love how that looks. So if you wanted to take that same hand and maybe put the button on there, you could have him hold it like that, which I think is super freaking cool, man. I'm loving this figure. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Then I believe the last, oh no, excuse me, no, it's not the last accessory. We also do get his hatchet here, which looks great. I love the paint ups on that. It does look a little used, I will say, on the blade itself, so that looks really cool. And then the last accessory is going to be his journal, which I think is awesome. I love the fact that they even included this, and you can see the dates on the journal, 1984 to 1985. You get the little band wrapped around it, and I love how that looks, man. It's such a great addition to the figure. So you get a ton of great stuff here, man. I'm really shocked at how much you do get, but especially the interchangeable heads. That's freaking dope. I love how they did that. So now moving on to the articulation here. Again, the neck at the base is at a ball peg, so it rolls around very nicely, does turn left and right. You can look up that much. You can look down this far, but as you can see, it kind of just like springs back a little bit, not much, but it does bend forward pretty good. What I did notice with the unmasked head, this one springs back a lot more. And it's just the bunching of this material. So if you just adjust this how you would like, it'll actually work a lot better. And I tried to push it down and fix it as much as I can, so he can look down a lot better that way, and he can rock side to side. Arms can go up about that far. The material does hinder it a little bit, so you just got to adjust it the way you want. Down, up and out to the sides like so. You got rotation at the shoulder there. You can double jointed elbows that work very, very nicely. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. You do seem to get a double ball peg in the midsection that goes down to the crotch and again up into the chest area, so that rolls around, does turn left and right, crunches back and forth, and pivot side to side a little bit. Hip joints can kick forward about that far, back not so much, splits out about that far. No rotation in the upper thigh. We do get double jointed knees. Yeah, no rotation in the upper thigh. No, it doesn't. Maybe a little bit, but it doesn't feel like it's doing anything there. And then the ankle joints themselves seem to be on ball pegs, so those roll around on the boot like there, rotate up and down, and then a pretty sweet ankle rocker. So overall, I think this is a really cool figure, man. Again, this is a third-party figure, so don't expect the best quality, and don't expect something just insane. However, it's still a really good quality, and it's still a lot of fun. I think this is something that, you know, if you're okay and you're used to third-party stuff, you kind of know what to expect. And Filix Toys, in my opinion, does do some of the better quality, I will say, third-party figures, so I do appreciate that. And to be honest, I think this ink blot, hashtag not Rorschach, is actually one of their better ones, and it might be their best one today. So you can actually tell that they are improving, so I do appreciate that. He is a lot of fun, honestly. I love him. I kind of hope they do other characters from, Watchmen. They probably won't, but I'm still very happy that I picked this up, and he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is sitting next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafex Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a Mezco 112 Collective Joker and Gomez. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Filix Toys Ink Blot. Now I think this is a really cool figure, man, and like I said, I think this might be the best from Filix so far. I love the soft goods for the most part. They do feel like good quality. I love the fact that the strap for the coat is on a bendy wire. That's pretty awesome. I love the interchangeable heads. The unmasked head looks beautiful. The more I look at it, it actually looks like the actor, so that's really cool. I love the interchangeable masked heads with the different ink block Rorschach tests on there. That's really awesome. The hat looks really good. All of his accessories like the Grapple Gun and the rose and his journal and even the spray can with the lighter looks really cool too. I love that effect piece. It all works really good, man. I think one of my few gripes would be that I do wish that there was a proper hand to hold the spray can. You kind of have to fit it in the trigger finger hand, which is a little awkward. I do wish the articulation in the head was a little bit better, and probably a little bit more in the torso as well. And I think there's no swivel in the bicep. I tried, it wasn't really moving all that great, but still, he's a fun figure, man. He's in perfect scale for those of you that collect Mezco figures. I think he'll fit on that shelf perfectly. So this is a great piece, man. Super happy I picked it up, and he is definitely a must get. So be excellent to each other and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.